Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to my official NFL week number 6 upset alert, where I warn you guys on some potential upsets that could be happening. And we're also going to look at the smart money. Where are the sharps placing their bets this weekend? Also, my top parlays for this weekend, but we're going to kick it off with the Commanders traveling to Atlanta. I've been tailing this Atlanta team. I've been winning every time I pick them or pick against them. And guys, you got to understand this Atlanta team trending up after the win last week. I was in on them in a virtual pick'em game, and now I'm actually on the Commanders. And I've been reading both of these teams very well because I was off of the Commanders last week. Now I'm back on them. I think they win this game outright. But guys, even more so than Washington plus 2.5. I like this game to go over, a little bit high scoring. A lot of analytics like the over. I think it's 41.5 or 42. Sam Howell a little bit more explosive than Desmond Ridder. Bijan Robinson, solid player, but I don't think the Falcons are a 4-2 type football team. I think both of these teams are really evenly matched, and they both will be 3-3 after this week. Give me the Commanders. Ron Rivera fighting for his job at this point. They're going to galvanize. They're going to spread the ball around, get it to their top targets, and they're going to win this game, again, possibly on a walk-off field goal there. Another 1 o'clock game. It is Cincinnati sitting -2.5, -3 against Seattle. A lot of people betting Seattle. Maybe I'm naive, maybe I'm overreacting, but I think Joe Burrow, there was a report, he's more healthy going into last week. I said they would cover the 3, they do it, and now, this is a game, Cincinnati, they still need to win this game. This is a must win. You can't fall to 2-4 in the AFC North. It's so important. This is a swing game. You're at home against the Seattle team, who right now, they've won 3 games in a row. They're coming off a bye. They are traveling West Coast to East Coast, but they're rested. Give me the more talented Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow, we're expecting him to be even more healthy this week. The breakout game, Jamar Chase, almost 200 receiving yards. They got their swagger back, and now I'm expecting a big game from T. Higgins. They're at home. They get the job done against a Seattle team who's solid, but let's be honest, they're not going to win 13 games this year. They're going to have to lose some football games. This is going to be a game that they lose against a Cincinnati team who has finally woken up this season. The next potential upset alert, it is a 425 game. Wow, this is an interesting 425 game. Tampa Bay at home taking on the Detroit Lions. 3-1 versus 4-1. Very surprising. Baker Mayfield sitting +3 coming off that bye, and I do think Baker will cover in this game. Guys, to be completely honest, I would really stay away from betting this game. Like, I do find slight value in the home team because they're coming off a bye, because Baker Mayfield and that receiver core, they've been so potent, they've been impressive this year. But it's a tough one because we really don't know how well Detroit's going to play on the road. They are more talented, but are we really going to trust Jared Goff in this situation on the road? IDK about that one. IDK, but I will take Tampa Bay to cover the 3. I like the over in this game as well, slightly. This is a 1 o'clock game, so I guess I had them a little bit out of order. This is Minnesota traveling to Chicago, and guys, Minnesota at this point, they seem dead in the water. Justin Jefferson, he's on IR. You don't want to overreact to it because they do still have Jordan Addison, who I think is a really good receiver. He's a rookie, but he's going to be really good. And they also have KJ Osborne. They've got Hawkinson. They've got other players. But guys, when you look at Justin Fields and how good he's been the past 2 weeks, fighting for his life right now in the NFL, I don't know if I'm reading this wrong or what, but there's all these people mocking Caleb Williams to Chicago. Guys, Justin Fields is better than Caleb Williams. Who agrees with me on that? I like Caleb Williams. He's a cute little player, but he's like a worse version of Kyler Murray if you actually watch Caleb Williams at USC. So I don't know, if you're Chicago, why would you downgrade at quarterback and give up on Justin Fields, who is proving he's an elite franchise level quarterback each and every week? And now everyone was clowning Justin Fields, saying he has DJ Moore. He still doesn't do anything. Look at DJ Moore. I think he's number 1 in terms of fantasy points. Yeah, Justin Fields is facilitating that. So I think Justin Fields is really proving himself right now as a franchise quarterback, as an MVP candidate. And you look at this Minnesota team, both of these teams are better than 1-4 for sure. Kirk Cousins, solid quarterback, no doubt. it's just been unfortunate. Chicago blew that game against Denver. Minnesota's had a tough schedule. They blew some close games earlier in the season. They should have beaten the Chargers. Oh my goodness. I had Minnesota in a pick'em against the Chargers. You guys remember that game? It was a very close game. Cousins threw an interception right at the goal line. But either way, it seems like Minnesota's at a crossroads without their number one receiver. I will go in on Chicago. We have a Monday night game. I love the over in this game. So Dallas sitting -2.5. And I do not think this one's going to be an upset. I think Dallas holds serve, wins this game, but I feel a lot better about the over 51. This is a Monday night game. They're going to want a higher scoring, high octane, high action SoFi Stadium. So that is my prediction in terms of that. And then looking at some of the smart money. So we are taking a look at the London game, the 9:30 a.m. game. You can see a lot of cash coming in on Tennessee, who is now sitting +4. I just don't trust Tennessee. Like, I can understand why people would bet them because they always play close games. You'd think they'd cover the 4. I just can't trust them. And then the over-under, people seem to be very split on that. The over getting 58% of the cash. You've got San Francisco at Cleveland. So, I mean, I don't know what happened to Deshaun Watson, but he's out again. And now this line was 5.5. I said to go in on San Francisco because it looked like Deshaun Watson wasn't going to play, and now the Browns are sitting +9.5, possibly starting PJ Walker. Going to be a rainy day in Cleveland, 36.5 the over-under, and people are betting the under. They're betting San Francisco in a blowout, possible 27-3 type game there. Indianapolis at Jacksonville. You've got tons of money coming in on Indianapolis plus the 4 against the Jaguars, and then loads of money. This is an analytical base bet. The under 44.5. That thing's plummeted. It was 46.5. It's down. Gardner Minshew versus Trevor Lawrence there. The Commanders at the Falcons. You've got money split right now between both teams. 62% of the money on the Commanders. The over-under sitting at 42.5. Slightly more people seem to be betting the under in that game. New Orleans at Houston. You do have money coming in right now on New Orleans, -1.5 on the road. I like Houston to win this game outright. People liking the under 42.5. It's understandable. New Orleans has been playing lower scoring games. They're a defensive-minded football team at this point. Carolina at Miami. Miami sitting -13.5. And yeah, people are going in on Miami. 81% of the cash, 92% of the total tickets on the Dolphins. The over-under very even, 47.5. It is split right there. Seattle at Cincinnati, slightly more money going in on Seattle. I'm guessing it was a lot more early in the week going in on Seattle, and now it seems like the Sharps are going in on Cincinnati. And then you've got the over-under very evenly split. Minnesota at Chicago, you've got slightly more money going in on Minnesota, -3. And then I like the over 44 in that game a lot. 53% of people going in on that. New England at Las Vegas. This is a 4:05 game, and you do have significant money going in on New England. Bill Belichick to cover, possibly win this game outright, +3. Tons of money on the under 41.5. Philadelphia at the Jets. You do have slightly more money coming in on Philly. I think they were -5.5, and it's already been bet up to 7. And then loads of money coming in on the under 41. I do wonder if weather is going to be a factor there in East Rutherford. 97% of the money going in on the under there. Arizona at the Rams. You can see I do like the Rams to cover, but this spread is now 7. It was 6.5. It's been bet up to 7. More money on the Rams to cover, and then a lot of people like the over in this game, 48.5. I don't know if I can trust the over, considering Arizona. I can't trust their offense to score. And then Detroit at Tampa Bay, very evenly split there, and then money coming in on the under 42.5. And then the final two games, the Giants at the Bills. Buffalo has ballooned, -14.5. And looks like the Sharps like the Giants with the value to cover the 14.5. I can't agree with them on that. They also do like the over 44.5. And then Dallas at the Chargers. You've got money evenly split between both Dallas and LA. LA sitting +2.5. I do like the over 50.5 in that one. And then we're going to go to my 3 parlays. So this first one, it's just a money line parlay. I do like the Rams to kind of bounce back at home after their loss to Philadelphia. They should take care of the Cardinals. The Cardinals in tank mode. I do like the Jaguars at home against the Colts. Maybe a little risk there, but I don't see, Trevor Lawrence losing to Gardner Minshew at home. Jaguars need this game. They've always been the favorites to win that division. They need to hold serve at home. The Dolphins obviously sitting -9. +900 against the Panthers. That's just used to multiply my parlay. And then I do like kind of the earlier game, get it out of the way, the Ravens to beat the Titans. I don't see the Ravens dropping another game here. My next parlay, another 4-teamer. It is the 49ers at Cleveland, just winning outright. You know, the Browns starting PJ Walker, very unlikely to win that game. San Francisco's undefeated right now. I love the over 51. Dallas at LA, Monday night game. Cincinnati, I like to win against Seattle at home. I've gone over all these picks, and then I do like Philadelphia to win outright on the road at the Jets in that one. And then I guess all three of them were 4-team parlays. Okay, so this one, I do like Houston to win basically a pick'em game at home against New Orleans, coming off a tough loss. CJ Stroud's shown a lot of things. New Orleans does not have that great of an offense. I think it's going to be a letdown game for them after they trounced the Patriots. I do like Chicago to win outright against the Vikings. I do like the Commanders. So that's 3 straight upsets, but they're all very evenly matched games to win outright at Atlanta. And then I will say I'll take Buffalo to cover the 14.5. I think they win this game like 34-10, honestly. It should be a relatively easy one. But guys, that is going to do it for my official NFL week number 6 upset alert predictions. Make sure you're following me on X. Link to that's always in the description.